Hello everyone, it's Dale here with a new video from the recent trade series. In this series I always walk through a trade which I took last week and show you everything about the trade, which means trade entry, the reasoning behind the trade entry, reasoning behind the stop loss, the take profit placement, how the trade went simply from start to finish, so you can see the reality of trading and of the way I trade. So let's get to it. What you see before you, this is a NinjaTrader 8 platform, and the chart is US dollar Canadian dollar 30-minute chart, my favorite chart for intraday trading analysis. And the level that I want to talk about was a short trade. It was a resistance in here. And let me first talk about the reasoning behind the trade. And I must say I really like the reason behind this trade because it is sort of invisible to naked eye, because you need volume profile to see this level. That's the beauty of it. So let me use the volume profile like this. And the reason I'm using it on this area is because there was a strong sell-off, this sell-off, right? And when there is a trend or strong selling activity like this, I want to see how volumes were distributed here, right? In this case, what was standing out was this significant volume cluster. A volume cluster in a trend like this means that sellers who are pushing the price downwards were adding to their short positions in here at this place where we see that volume cluster, right? So what I like to trade is from the beginning of the volume cluster, which is in here. This is where the level was. And then I just waited for a pullback and took a short from here, right? This was the reasoning behind the trade entry. This volume cluster formed within a trend. This is a volume profile setup that I like to trade. It is called the trend setup because you trade it when there's a trend like this. And again, as you can see, you wouldn't really be able to identify this level only with a naked eye, because you need volume profile for that, which is kind of cool, isn't it? Additionally to this volume profile setup, there was also a fair value gap. Let me highlight it. It was this whole area. This was a fair value gap. That's concept from smart money trading. And I like to trade from the beginning of a fair value gap, which is right here. Also at the beginning of the volume cluster, which is kind of cool because it adds confluence to that level. Now, speaking of confluences, there was also another thing why this level worked and why it was stronger, and it was the first deviation of weekly VWAP. That's the gray line in here, this one, rather close to the level. And when the price is rotating like this, it likes to react to it. In fact, it did the reaction in here exactly to the level, and then another reaction in here. I wasn't trading this one, I was only trading the first one. I'm trading just the first reactions. But as you can see, the price reacted to the pip, to the first deviation. So we had a combo of 3 trading setups telling me that this was a strong level to go short from. The volume profile setup, then we had the fair value gap, and also the first deviation, right? And it doesn't really matter that the first deviation was just a little bit above the level. I still consider it a confluence. All right, so that's the trade entry. Now let's talk about the stop loss placement. The way I like to place my stop is behind a heavy volume zone. In this case, I was considering this to be the heavy volume zone, and my stop was behind it. So I placed it at the top of this candle, and it was right here. The reason I like to place the stop behind heavy volume zone is that heavy volume zone represents a strong barrier the price shouldn't go past, right? So in this case, this whole area was the strong barrier, and my stop was in here, behind it. All right, behind the strong barrier, behind this heavy volume zone. So that's the stop loss placement. And what remains is the take profit placement. I like to place my profit at the beginning of a heavy volume zone. So if you take a look here, the short was from here. And at this point, I was looking for the best place to quit the trade. And for that, I use volume profile. And I used it like this, because I wanted to see the volumes in this rotation, right? In the area before the price went towards my level. So this was a significant volume zone, and I quit the trade when the price reached the beginning of the heavy volume zone. So the take profit was in here. And another thing that I was considering was quitting the trade in here at the VWAP. The price really likes to react to the VWAP. By the way, this is a weekly VWAP. But in this case, I wanted to be a little bit more careful and rather quit the trade a little bit earlier at the beginning of the heavy volume zone, because I was afraid that the price would react here, right? But another logical place to quit the trade would be the VWAP. As you can see, eventually the price reached the VWAP and reacted there. But my take profit was a little bit higher. I was more cautious. Alright, so this is how the trade went from A to Z. By the way, I publish all those levels in members area for our members to trade alongside me. They get those levels in advance. Let me show you. So this is our members area, and the level we talked about, that's the US dollar Canadian dollar right here. And this was the level short at 38.57, right? So that was the prediction, and right here, this was the result. If you guys want to join us, then you are welcome to do so. Just visit my website. It is at traderdale.com, and if you click trading course and tools, then it will take you to this page. You scroll down, then you can join us in here by getting one of the educational and indicator packs. You can get them separately here, or scroll down a bit and get them all together, all those 4 packs together in one discounted combo. Alright, so that's about that. I hope you guys liked the video. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time, and until then, happy trading!